Now arriving at Ilios.
Well, after you've been listening to Kevin MacLeod royalty-free music for the past 20 minutes, we're finally ready to get into this match.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Overwatch Champions Season 3. We have Z9 versus Solar today. Two teams that are trying to come up on the rise. But do we have some favorites here today, Rian?
You know, Huduck, this man, I've seen him play Widow before. He is a beast. Watch out for him. He's terrifying on this Widowmaker. It's crazy.
Also, everyone, pay attention to those supports. Those supports are going to try to switch on to Huduck whenever they can. Huduck is their star player, so they'll pocket him. But just because Huduck's their star player doesn't mean Taco can't pop off every now and then, so we'll have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, the supports of Solar, or Z9, excuse me, definitely invest a lot of resources into keeping their star DPS alive. And, I mean, really, it's the NYXL Pine approach, right? You always want to keep Pine alive to pop off. Huduck, the 99-cent Pine here for Z9. As the teams are going to begin to push out here, got the Orisa and Hog on the side of the Z9 here. They begin to push in onto the point. Bit of a skirmish going on, nothing happening too far as of yet.
Effort needs to watch out for Huduck, because Huduck's going to be definitely looking into the sky to try to get that pharmacy comp out of there.
Yeah, and you know, they took a little bit of damage there, and Solar being pushed back a little bit now, and their Effort down very first. Huduck getting that first kill onto Effort there to shut down the Pharah, and without their star DPS, it's going to bring Bob back into the fight, actually, as I say that, but they're carrying a good boot kill, and Golden Panda with a hook as well. Taco picking up 2 there, and Huduck with another kill onto Effort, just to establish that, and a team kill to start this match off for the Z9.
That was an amazing coordinated effort there. As the tank stayed in the main courtyard area, everybody was focused on them while one of their supports and their DPS rotated on the right to get them from behind.
Carry me a very aggro Lucio. You saw him run up there and do a lot of damage in there, and then boop. Arai, who was on the Zarya, into the pit. He's going to be switching onto the D.Va now for more mobility. But here we've got Effort and the tank line flanking on the side for the Solar. But of course, got Taco on Genji duty, watching out for Cyborg ninjas creeping around in the back lines. And now the support's being pressured. Huduck going to take out Effort, though. Jackson forced to recall here as he's being pressured by the rest of the team, but you got the dive now coming out, and you got 2 still on the point. Golden Panda going to shut down EGM with a well-placed scrap to the face there. And it's just Arai left, demeched into the pit. Down he goes, along with Velvet Nova. So, Z9 going to win this again.
It's very odd. You think that a Lucio, who's on Z9, I mean, Carry Me, is super aggressive. Like, you can see him right now, he's all the way over on the other team's side, and usually supports try to stay back with their team, but Carry Me doesn't really care too much for meta strategies right now, and he'll go off whenever he wants to.
Look at that, 2 kills right there. Effort barely able to escape. The Halt can't escape. However, he's going to get Huduck. He's in the back, creeping around now, being very sneaky, as you do. They've got the ultimates here. They've got the Dragon Strike. They've got the Sound Barrier to protect themselves. And, I mean, really, they're just going to win this fight again. They can't really push in here as Effort's going to fall. And with 87% and counting, Solar got to make a push here.
Solar has to come up with a better strategy than just trying to charge straight in. They kind of changed their tanks over to a more divey comp with D.Va and Winston, but we have the Valkyrie coming out for Solar, and they're going to try to they're putting all the resources into this fight.
Yeah, but there we go. Golden Panda getting a hook down into the well there onto EGM, and as it's overtime on the point, a blade in the back line is going to get hook quit. First of all, Effort still swinging away on this point, trying to get something done. Don't know if he's going to be able to, and he will not, as he is dead to rights there. And 99% Wizard Yoink transcending all damage here, but not for long, and he He's gonna be killed like that. The Z9 are gonna win this 100-0.
I mean, it's just seems unfair. Z9 just seems so coordinated, and it wasn't just Hudak who's getting a lot of those resources. I mean, every time if you focus on point, every single time Taco was even getting pressured, she would just fire a whole clip into him if he needed to.
Yeah, and as we move on to Ruins now, this is a very, very popular Widow map. You know, this is where you want to see the Widow duels come out. This is, you know, Overwatch League, always you see the Widow duels come out. So Effort is gonna finally switch over to that Widow in an attempt to counteract the oppressive reign of Hudak. Gonna see who's gonna come out on top of that.
And I really love this tank line coming out for Z9 right here. Reinhardt, he does 75 damage every swing he does, so DPS are gonna try to spread out and not get hit in that, and then so that'll create space for Hudak to try to find any stragglers, and I just love this composition they're running with.
Yeah, so classic, especially in this meta. This is the tank line you want to run, and there we go. Making use of it already. Salaman getting the bubble and going in. EGM so low, and he's gonna die very early on in that fight as Taco begins to move in with Carry Me on the point. Salaman applying the pressure from the side there. He's gonna get the fire strike onto Effort, and now charges in the back line, and the point in the background captured as they're just finishing off the kills here. The quit is gonna fall. And of course, the Z9 are not running a Mercy, so they will not have that resurrection. Can't bring him back into the fight. Jeremy opting instead for this Lucio, so Hudak though, oh my goodness, kills Effort before he can even get out of the spawn.
This man is insane on Widowmaker. It's his classic hero that he'll go to often, even when sometimes when you think the comp might not be right for it. It's just Hudak could just find picks no matter what the comp is.
Yeah, really, you know, Z9 having Hudak on that Widowmaker is just so crucial. But Effort showing he can get something done too as he gets the first pick onto Taco, and that's gonna turn this into a 5v6. Reinhardt whip shotted back onto the point by the Brigitte, and now Effort finding another kill, picking up 2 kills there, coming up big here to turn this into a 4v6 now. Now, of course, the respawn comes back. The 2 Reinhardts colliding on the point there. Now, Sound Barrier dropped on the point. Golden Panda is going to kill EGM, and there Hudak getting the counter pick onto Effort as Taco rejoins the battle. He finally is back in. Velvet Nova in the back. Anti-heal came out from Ana, and he's going to fall as well. Arai going down and Carry Me, picking up another kill there with the Lucio. You can tell Taco wanted that kill into Wizard Healing, but Hudak just stole that from him.
And the support line for Solar actually isn't doing too bad of a job. At the beginning, Solar was up there on the ledge with Effort, who got 2 picks instantly to start this fight. And since the Z9 doesn't have a Mercy, those 2 picks were for good. Yeah. But then after they realized the fight was going to the front, we had to switch over there. And here we go. The rally is out, so everybody will get a lot of armor here.
Valkyrie as well, but there's a blade. There's a grab on the point though to negate that, and there Taco's gonna fall early on. Wizard Joink on the Zenyatta, taking down his former student there of the Genji. Really still fighting here, but Jackson getting 2 kills there. Hudak with a counter pick onto Effort though. Snipes him long range. Salaman just backing out now, charges to safety. And actually, Solar are gonna flip this point in their favor against all odds here. With 7% in counting though, and against the 99% of Z9, they've got to be careful. They can't let this flip back.
Yeah, exactly. Also, they used a lot of ults in that push. They had to use a Graviton, and here comes another Graviton from Z9 this time.
But we've got the Transcendence to counter that. Wizard's Joint can't out-heal the damage though. See that right there, the anti-heal from a quit. That's what let them secure the kill onto EGM, but their Effort coming up big again. You know, he's putting in maximum effort here, really, to get these kills on this point. Jackson, though, he's anti-healing. He's going to get charged into the wall there. Salaman unrelenting with these Reinhardt here as he's swinging his hammer on the point. Fire strikes Arai back to the spawn. Velvet Nova goes for the risky res. He's going to go down, though, and you've got Effort still swinging away off to the side, but Salaman just unstoppable on this run with another charge onto Effort.
And I don't know if your Velvet tried to go for that res right there. There was a Reinhardt and a Widowmaker right behind you, so that still is the tools to win another fight, but then they try to go straight on the point to res that Zarya, and I don't know about that. That might have been a turn.
Yeah, definitely. You know, the Mercy really didn't really have a choice though at that point. You gotta come up big there, try to bring them back up into the fight, and you just couldn't. Carry Me here, get in the play of the game. Beautiful boop onto Arai. Let's get behind them there. Open that up onto, well, Boop City for the Lucios. Really, look at him. 22 elims, 50% kill participation. You know, they say Lucio's a healer, but come on. With stats like these, he's clearly a DPS.
Yes, Carry Me proving himself to be one of the most aggressive Lucios we may have even ever seen.
Yeah. I personally play a very aggressive Lucio, you know. Lucio made myself. I feed quite a bit, but Carry Me showing it can be done. You know, with a good balance there of aggressive wall riding and then peeling for the team. Really, Lucio can do anything.
Yeah, and that was just an amazing coordination from Z9. They knew who to focus, when to focus. You could tell that their comms, they're probably calling out their shots. They probably have a team designated leader, and you'll see a lot of Overwatch League teams have that. They'll have somebody who keeps track of ults and does the shot calling. So that is a strategy that'll get you some wins.
Yeah, synergy honestly is more important than mechanical skill at times. As long as you have the synergy within the teams and you're working together as a cohesive unit, you can overcome and play far, far past your SR, no matter where you are in terms of that as a team.
And synergy isn't just comms as well. Like, sure, comms are important, but synergy is also playing with the same repeated squad over and over again, so that you know your teammates' weaknesses and strengths. Like, they clearly know that Hudak, if given the space, he could pop off. He could get 3-4 kills like in the blink of an eye. So you'll see their tank line. That they'll favor Zarya and Reinhardt, who's somebody who could create a lot of space, just because DPS and all those heroes that have around 200 health definitely don't want to get hit by that hammer, because 3 hits by that hammer, you're dead, you know? So you definitely want to, they're definitely trying to clear space for that, for Hudak.
Yeah, and, you know, Reinhardt as well. Big character, big hitbox, goes around, has a lot of CC with that hammer too at close range, so he's a good distractor too. And that is part of the making space for the Widowmaker, you know, is on one hand, you have the shield, right? 2000 HP, block pretty much as possible. And then also Reinhardt himself getting up in your face, up close and personal, swinging just back and forth right there. It's really, you can't focus on Widow when you've got him in your face like that. And Zarya as well with the bubbles for the damage mitigation and just protecting, keeping him alive. That's why that Z9 looks so dominant there, is they just made the space for their DPS.
And they have a comp that works. They're not trying to surprise you with any like niche picks. Like, they won't, at times they'll throw in a Doomfist, but that really is for the surprise factor when they want to do that. But to start a match, they will never really throw in like a surprise comp. Like, their support lines and their DPS lines were the same for both maps. So, you know, they just have a good synergy with that team that they know how to run, and Solar just has to adjust to it.
Yeah, you never really want to experiment too much when you're trying to come up in these scrims, right, between these two teams, Z9 and Solar here. But if you switch around your comps, experiment with new niche strategies, I mean, it can work sometimes just because of that surprise factor, like you were saying, Pulse. But it's really risky, and you got to make sure that you can make it work, right? You definitely don't want to start off a match by running some May Bastion strange thing, right?
Definitely. And I think Solar was onto something originally when they put effort onto that Widow, and then their tank lines won in first and cleared space for them. That's exactly what Z9 was doing. And you saw effort got 2-3 picks right at the start of that fight. It's just that when they get into the actual meat of the brawl, their tank lines are losing to Z9's tank lines.
Yeah. Now we're on Junkertown. It's going to be a full payload map. Teams gonna have to push that thing all the way here in order to make something work, and then it's gonna switch sides back and forth. Definitely a different game mode than King of the Hill, and a different map entirely than most of the other payload maps like Watchpoint or Nambani. But Junkertown, you see some strange comps come out. Pirate Ship, of course, very classic.
Yeah, and definitely the meta is changing. As everyone knows, the meta is just slowly evolving. Tracer's becoming less and less viable. I still think Tracer's a good pick and is good in certain dive situations, but definitely with the nerf to the Pulse Bomb and Brigitte coming into play, or Brigitte, or however you want to pronounce it.
It's Swedish.
Yeah, it's definitely less and less viable. So Junkertown, I love how this map coincides with the character, with the hero, I mean. So Junkrat is definitely a big pick here on Junkertown, just because there's so much wide open space for Junkrat to just look up into the sky and left click, and there's a good chance he'll get an elim like that.
And like I was saying, here is the pirate ship going to be coming out for Solar here. You know, you have that Orisa, that 800 HP shield on the point to constantly protect that Bastion, let him get set up, and then of course you have the halt and hook combo as well with Wizard Yoink on that Roadhog. So it's very, very, very strong if you can make this work and let them get set up. But they're running the Diva, which is kind of not very... Oh, no.
Oh, okay, we're switching over now.
Yep, switching over to the Reinhardt. And the double sniper comp, still running the triple tank. And now they're going Mei. It seems... Alright, we're trying something wacky here.
And Taco is about to show you his versatility. Taco played Genji and Hanzo that last map, which are projectile heroes. Now he's on that Tracer, and look how far forward he is compared to the rest of his team. He's right next to their spawn. He's gonna get an early one-clip pick early if things go his way.
Yeah, let's hope so. And with Velvet Nova right there, Taco very sneaky in the backline. He's going on to Jackson here. Storm arrows popped though. He's gotta be careful. Can't get killed, but he is actually gonna fall there. And that is going to be a huge, huge early game pick there. You know, Z9, they don't have a Mercy again. And so they can't res him there. And even if they had one... Oh! Look at that quick! Barely able to get out there. Wizard Yoink put to sleep on the side there. Nice bubble. Good reaction from Golden Panda there. That is the communication.
Yeah, that is how their tank lines have that great synergy with their DPS. You know, if you're playing... just comp trying to climb the ladder with a team that you don't play with ever, and you're just with random people, that you probably die if you're Hudak right there. So yeah, that was a pretty good reaction and good synergy by the tank line.
Yep, and of course in the background fight's going on, but you know, with those early picks, it's going in Z9's favor as expected. And they're backing out now. Look at that, lots of ults in their advantage here. They're so close to that Earth Shatter. Velvet Nova does have the Valkyrie though to counteract that.
Oh, nice pick.
Good shot by Effort there onto Hudak. Taco gonna finish him off though on the side. And Jackson's on the top here. He's discorded, so he's gotta be careful. He's about 75% HP. He lunges forward into the team, and Taco with a nice one clip onto Velvet Nova in the back. Finish him off. Shatter comes out. EGM tried to go for something there, but he's gonna die. I wouldn't have used that there if I was EGM.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, half his team was already dead and really weren't gonna get much value out of that.
Ooh, Hudak is just cleaning up. Even when the fight's over, he won't let you go back to spawn and regroup. He'll just say, nope, you have to wait to get brought back to life. Like, he really won't let you go back.
Yeah. You know, and with all this hype around Hudak, Effort still is doing a great job on this Widowmaker. Do not sleep on him. He's getting big picks here, and both Infosights are up. So the teams, they know everything. They know where everyone is here, but they're Nana Boost Tracer on the side. Bit risky, could work out in their favor though, as he's going in on Jackson. He's gonna get the first kill. Taco now blinking back onto the point. He was hooked. He's gonna recall. Drops a pulse bomb, but can't find anything with it. Of course, Roadhog just able to vape through that no matter what. Get the reduction to the damage, but there, Wizard Yoink still coming up behind them here. He's trying to get through. Can't get through it though. Really, it's airport security right there.
I really do love the 3-tank kind of push on here. I think it's a good, legitimate strategy to work as Wizard goes back to the Zen, so they want to kind of abandon it. But I was saying it would work pretty well, but you have to be coordinated. And there was times where Wizard was off on the side having his own fight, not really fighting alongside the other tanks. You know?
Yeah, and we got Taco there. He did get the shot from Effort, but he's gonna stay alive. Karami is gonna finish off Effort off to the side, however. And with 45 seconds left as the fight is gonna continue on this point, Effort brought back into the fight, but with EGM down, that's their main tank. They can't go in for the res. Where there are huge shatter there. Ooh, Arai able to block that, but the rest of the kills went through. He had to follow up there with his team. As Velvet Nova falls, and with 30 seconds left, Solar are very pressured here to make something.
And you look at Z9's support line, and you think, how does Ana and Zen work, especially even against a 3-tank line where one of the tanks is just a high damage kind of tank like Roadhog. As we get the trans coming out here, here's where the big fight is. Graviton coming in.
Right there, that's massive right there. That is crazy. Oh my goodness, Golden Panda going in to end this match with a massive massive grab there, and with the pulse bomb combination from Taco, that shut down any hopes the Solar had from getting something.
Switching sides.
And like that's just with what I was saying with the support line earlier. The support lines have to be so mechanically good if you want to play Ana and Zen. Where as with Mercy and Moira, kind of you don't really have to track too much. You have to track to like get your healing on for Moira, but if you're Mercy, all you have to do is just put that B on them, then you can look away in anywhere you want. But Ana and Zen, you just have to be mechanically good and have good synergy with your team in order for that to work, and it's working out pretty good for them.
You know, with this match right now, the Z9 really only have to push it just such a short distance, just barely under that bridge there. So, and they're gonna try out the pirate ship actually with that Bastion and then the Orisa in the Hog combo as well. If anyone can make it work, it's gonna be the Z9 here. You know, we've seen them just last match and this match. They seem to be the favorite team here, able to lock them out, able to lock out Solar on the defense there. So Z9 undoubtedly is gonna try to make this pirate ship work to the best of their ability.
And I think they're also trying to make it quick too. They don't want to run a. They have like a power push kind of team that you think, well, maybe that might not work on the second point, but they don't even have to get to the second point. This could just move halfway through the first point and then they win.
Yeah. If there's a comp that gets those early picks, it's the pirate ship. You know, you halt them off the high ground. Bastion just breaks that shield so quickly with that unrelenting 300 ammo, just high DPS cannon, and then they just take down the shield, take down the heroes, sweep it up. Now, Hudak, there we go, Jackson dead. They're gonna have to use the res there, which means they won't have it in a fight later. Actually, they're not gonna go for the res here. There we go, Velvet Nova getting the bubble, but they're huge haul, and there's a hook as well onto EGM, bring him off the high ground, and he's dead there. Carry Me getting two onto Arai and both tanks. Tank busters in right there. And
I love that. Look how far back Hanzo and Zen are. They're all the way back on the point where that's where Z9 needs to get to, and that's because Taco was putting that pressure as a Genji all the way back on that back line, so everybody had to fall back real quick, but there was 4 people on the payload moving it.
Effort though, putting out a good stall, but it's not gonna be enough, and the Z9 are gonna take that body block from Salaman at the end there. So Z9 up 2-0, need one more win here to take this to a 3-0 and thus winning the match. But can the Solar come back for a reverse sweep? We'll just have to wait and see. Play the game, going to Hudak here. Huge shots. It's gonna go up in the air actually. Not gonna find a shot though. He was just using the time to reload. Good headshot onto Jackson there with a spicy flick, and there we go, Velvet Nova as well. Yeah, was wondering what the rest of the play of the game was, and of course Hudak, master of the double kill.
And that's just been Hudak's game. As soon as his team makes space for him, he will just pop off with no mercy at all.
Yeah, and right there, you saw Taco, 15 elims in 1 life, and then 18 overall. So he barely died at all, really. I think he only died maybe once or twice that last match, and that was really only at the beginning there. And then, you know, later on, as he continued to stay alive and then just get the picks that his team needed, that Taco, hey, right, yeah. Hudak, he's flashy, but Taco is consistent, right?
Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties here.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead now, take a short little break here as we sort out the technical difficulties on our end. Should be about 2-3 minutes, nothing too long, so.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Alright, sorry about that break, but we are now back. No worries, everything's sorted out on our end. So, moving on to Volskaya Industries now, a 2 CP map. Solar are currently down by 2 maps, so they're gonna have to come up big here if they want to be able to get the chance at winning this match.
Yep, the reverse sweep is the whole goal of Solar right here. They're gonna have to bring on all stops that they can to try to win against Z9, who's been proving this whole match to be the better team so far.
Yeah, but with a brawler comp like this, a little unorthodox maybe, but it can work, especially on Volskaya. Just run in and then just get all that close range damage with that Reinhardt and then the Brigitte, and then the Moira, of course, to burst everyone alive and keep everyone alive, and then the Lucio with the speed boost. So it's a comp that it can be very effective, of course, but you have Hudak and Taco on this double sniper comp with that long range damage, so it's gonna be up to Solar to be able to get the picks that they need and shut down the snipers at the same time.
And it's it's up for debate whether Solar is running a triple tank or a triple support comp right now, because depending on your interpretation of Brigitte, but they're just gonna try to steamroll right through the choke right here.
Look at that. Go onto the left side there. Taco, of course, picking that up effort with the first kill into Hudak, but Taco counter pick there. Golden Panda finds EGM on the point though. He pushed forward. Jackson getting the stun and pushing back the Lamb in there. And you've got Carry Me in the back, just keeping everyone alive on this Mercy. Finally playing this, so they've got the resurrections and they're repelling the push for now. Seems they put on some solar repellent before the game, some sunscreen right before playing on Volskaya Industries. So they're pushing them back here and close to ultimates. We've got Slime. Oh, that's gotta hurt there. Carry Me found up top there by effort. So they're gonna push in now. Bubble onto EGM. They're pushing in now. Really the close range damage. This is where it comes in. Shatter though. EGM went to the side. He can't shield the team, and like that, Jackson and Wizards going are down. Both supports, and as EGM falls as well, that is gonna push back Solar once again. That was brutal right there.
Oh, effort! Back two in the back line.
Two, but too little too late. He, you know, his poor back, he's got to make sure. He's been trying so hard to carry this team, and I'm really worried for him, honestly. Get this man a brace, because he is definitely living up to his name here. Maximum effort coming out of him. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, but we got a pause. Could be a DC from the teams, and no, we're gonna get right back into it. Seems could have been an accident. Teams might have called for it, but anyways, after that, effort has the Dragon Strike though. Taco has his own, so it's gonna be the battle of the dragons here. Duel the dragons to see who can get the bigger one on another pause.
So we may have lied to you folks when we said we had everything figured out. But as we can see here, Brigitte can make just, and there we go, we're back. Oh, and Dragon Strike coming in.
Comes right down the middle, is gonna split Selemin from his team. Carry Me has to fly through the fire and the flames just to get in there. He's trying to keep him alive, but he's so low HP, and there's another Dragon Strike coming out. It's gonna get Wizard Choice and effort there. Taco coming up big with 2 there, but he's gonna be taken down by the shield bash of Jackson. Nice block there with the shield. Blocked Velvet Nova from getting taken out, but can't block the charge as Salaman just goes off right there. He's trying to fight off Jackson right now, but with the added pressure of Taco and of Hudak, he's gonna fall on the point along with Arai there. So it's working for them so far, Z9.
And if you think of Brigitte versus Reinhardt 1v1, you may think that Brigitte has the advantage in that fight because she's just more mobile and she can stun you with the shield bash, but Salaman won that fight out pretty quickly after that.
Yeah, and as the teams continue pushing, now we have an actual call for a pause. This is not a false alarm. Carry Me on the side of Z9 calling for the pause here, so We're gonna pause real quick as these teams, but you know, Hikwit here, he has the Transcendence, so he could use that to push in, or he could use it as a defensive to block against the Earth Shatter or the possible grab coming up from Air Ride.
Alright, so we're back in the action. Hudak coming in with a big pick.
Yep, that's gonna open this up for the Z9 to push back this once more as Salaman gets the bubble, gets the call to push in. Jackson went in there and he died there, but big shatter again. Salaman, huge one right there, getting effort and Velvet Nova, and then Hudak with the follow-up. You know, Hudak has not been going off. He hasn't been getting big flashy kills, but he's been doing the consistent damage, applying that long-range pressure in the backline. You know, got that kill onto Wizard Yoink in that last round, or in that last fight.
And you could just tell how coordinated Z9 is. As soon as Salaman shatters, their DPS and Zarya will instantly come on here, and then here's a big gravitation.
Huge right there. The Dragon Surge combo comes in. That's gonna pick up 2 kills early on with Hudak as well, but they're pushing back now, getting 2 kills. Jackson and EJM taking out the tank line there, but EJM is gonna fall in the process on the point, and Jackson as well. Headshot from Jackson. Or headshot from Hudak there. As Taco kills Velvet Nova as well. It's just Wizard Yoink trying to dance his way out of this one. He's on the point now, but Carry Me going Battle Mercy just to finish him off there. And that's going to be that here. As we're switching sides, the Z9 are going to be on the offense, looking to sweep this up real quick and take the win here.
And that was just a scrappy fight there at the end. Both teams trading back and forth. At the start, it looked like Solar might have was like an instant loss on that one, but they made it hard and they pushed it all the way to the end, but you couldn't even get one tick on that.
Yeah, very, very, very unlucky, you could say, from Solar there. Tried their best, but they didn't succeed. So Z9 here with a chance to, of course, take this series right away, or Solar could defend this and force a draw here.
The odds are definitely against Solar right now.
Yeah, really, if there's anyone that's favored to win this, it is of course Z9. Solar though, they have a chance to push back Z9 and try to do this, and they're going to be running the same composition it seems. Nope, Velvet Nova instead opting to go onto that Mercy, and they've got the triple support again. EGM hasn't chosen in locked in his hero yet, but you can assume he's going to play Reinhardt. And on the offense, Carry Me, and they're running a brawler, kind of dive-ish comp, you could say, with that Lucio to speed them all in, and Golden Panda on that Roadhog.
And you could see here for Z9, Hudak and Taco kind of trading places. Taco will be the one on that Widowmaker, while Hudak is going to go on to that Genji.
See if he can get something done with the Ninja, or if they're going to switch back to their preferred roles. Hudak letting Taco... Oh, no. Seems they're not actually going to run a Widowmaker here at all, opting for that Zarya for that extra dive potential. Yep. Triple tank, so useful, and with that Lucio Ana, they have a lot of healing. Carry Me split from his team at the beginning, but of course runs quickly back in as the push begins. Now, we've got Hudak jumping up onto the side, applying pressure from that little window there as Eri is low in the back. He's anti-healed. He's split from his team though. Look at what they've done. They've split the team completely apart, and as Eri is just going to be forced to really fall on his own there. Carry Me doing a good job of Golden Panda with making space on the point and keeping them pushed back. He is going to fall on this point. However, the fight is beginning now. We've got EGM and the rest of the tanks. Slamming Bro goes in for the charge, and Jackson gets the kill to Hikwit in the backline. This could be exactly what they need, but Hudak coming up big there. Nice charge from EGM. Velvet Nova flies in, could go for a res here onto one of his fallen teammates, but not opting for that, instead just choosing to fly to their dead bodies. But there we go. Solar have actually managed to push them back. That was great work from them. You know, and initially what looked to be a fight that wasn't going to go in their favor. Beautiful job of splitting the team apart by the Z9.
Yeah, and then right after they were split apart and their Devo went down, the other teammates that were on that side tried to instantly reform with them, and that's that communication that Solar seems to be that they're slowly working on over this match. Shatter that doesn't get anything.
Unlucky right there, but effort does get something there, and there we go. Jackson as well getting the pick on a quit, but a blade here. It's a nano blade. It could be big. Could cut through this team, but he's gonna find 3 there. Oh my goodness. Hudak popping off non-stop. Here we go. He cuts through this team like a hot knife through butter, and that is gonna end this for the Solar here. Z9 gonna win that right there. 3-0 in their favor. Hudak with a massive blade at the end.
And that is what we were talking about earlier in the pregame. All those resources going in to Hudak as soon as Hoyt got that nano and the blade was ready, they instantly put it on him.
Now we
and
see
you'll
it
see this
from
play.
his perspective, slices into the Mercy there, finds effort in the back, and then just slices onto the point, back and
One more.
forth.
There you go.
Murders this team. That is some beautiful Genji play out of Hudak there. Textbook. Mark
Maybe
that one
Hudak-
down, boys.
Maybe Hudak should be the one to change his name to effort, maximum effort.
Maximum effort there for sure. Hudak turning on the Jets here. You can tell he took some juice before the game. You know, he came in, he was ready to win, and he did exactly that. So, in a match, really that was slated in Z9's favor from the start, they're gonna take this 3-0 against the Solar in this best of 5 series and come out on top, the Overwatch champions in season 3 here.
Definitely. Solar still has potential and a long way to go, so don't sleep on them, but Z9 is the victors for today.
And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in and listening to myself, Rien, and Pulse on the Colorcaster just ramble about random stuff in Overwatch. So, thank you for tuning in to watch this match, and we will see you next time.
See you later.